Live, guys. This meeting's being recorded.
All right,
Hey,
cool. What's up? What's
Yo,
poppin'?
what's up? Welcome to episode 2 of Industry Spotlight.
Yes, sir. You came up
Today,
with a name now.
we finally have a name. We didn't have a name during our
Yeah,
first episode.
you
coming up
got
in the
it.
world.
You got
Yeah,
it going,
I
man.
literally just used one of those podcast name generators, and I was like, just find something.
That one worked.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like Industry Spotlight works. And our spotlight today in the industry is my boy Yandura.
Hey,
What's
What's
you know what
up?
it
up?
is?
So
So, guys,
Yandura's, he's killing it on TikTok right now. You just hit what, like 350,000 followers?
yeah, about
Wow.
almost
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You had a video pop off a couple days ago, got like over 2 million, just fucking killing it.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a video. I didn't even know it was gonna go off like that. It was just one I was thinking, like, in the back of my mind, and then I just put it out there, and then boom, popped off.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's that. I mean, that really seems to be the nature of TikTok, right? It's like it seems like it's always the one you least expect, like just goes crazy.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
all
Yeah.
of them
Uh,
that have been mine and popped off. They've all been ones I would have never even
Same,
expected.
honestly. Uh,
So let's talk a little more about like your strategy to get to the 350,000. Cause I've seen you kind of niche into a couple different areas that have almost kind of built this character that you have. Like you've kind of found your cross section in like multiple niches, it seems like. Like what is strategy you think that has allowed you to get to the point you're at?
So for me, I kind of branch everything under a big umbrella. And then so I have three categories, right? I do yo-yo stuff, I do Minecraft, and I do Star Wars. Those are my three main types. And then what really helps me the most is trying to interweave those within the other categories. So
Mm,
like on my
oh,
last
that's
video
cool.
that blew up, it was like I'm doing a Minecraft based texture pack, but it's Star Wars. So I'm already hitting those two niches that I'm working on previously.
mm-hmm.
And I think that
That's awesome.
those two added together really send it to the next level.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I know that that's a process you went through, right? Because the first thing you had blow up was like the yo-yos, right?
Hmm.
And then at
Yeah.
what point did you feel like I should switch to like other content as well?
Honestly, it just happened on accident most of the time. I just didn't know what to post one day. So I was like, well, I'm doing this right now, so I might as well post about it. And then boom, it's like the next thing that everybody's following you for. So now you kind of have to tailor your content to hit that audience that you just got.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. What do you think has been the biggest struggle of getting to this point?
Honestly, just staying consistent and knowing what to
Mm-hmm.
post. Like some days you wake up and you just don't know what to post.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the creativity isn't there,
Yeah.
or just like you're overthinking it. But to really get there over time and continue upward growth, you got to post at least like twice, maybe three times a day,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
usually minimum.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, that's something that, we embrace heavy at Passion Toolbox is just like post, 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 right? That's what Matt's done on his channel as well. Matt, if you want to talk a little about
Yeah, sure.
how you grew yours.
Yeah, man. So I kind of did like what Yandura was doing, just trying to find your niche, and eventually I one of my videos popped off where I was like doing one of those tweet things where I was like showcasing the tweet, and I just realized that was my niche now. So I would post those like 3 to 5 times a day, and one day I had like two that got over 1 million, and I was like, okay, this is what I have to do now. So I was able to grow to 100,000 followers just from that. Like it was literally just me getting like images from like Instagram or like Pinterest and like putting like a wholesome caption, or like I was doing like wholesome memes and stuff just to like try and brighten people's day or whatever, and it was working. So that was really awesome. And like going back to how TikTok is so random and unpredictable, my highest video with like 9 million views was actually like completely out of my niche. It was when there was a trend going on where people were trying to be like your 100,000 follower or whatever, like your 50,000 follower, and I tricked people into thinking that like TikTok got rid of that feature where you couldn't tell if you were that anymore. So everyone just went into my account and checked if they could. So I literally gained like 60,000 followers from that one video, and it was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's smart. That's smart right there. Because you use
yeah,
like a call to action.
yeah. I saw people were like doing this crazy trend, and I saw someone else use an audio, and they were like, "My 100,000 follower gets this prize." So I took the audio and I was like, I can't believe TikTok got rid of the function or something. Like I forgot what I said exactly. I was like, I said everyone trying to be my whatever follower, but not realizing that TikTok got rid of the function. And then all the comments were like, "Oh, I could still follow you," whatever. Like they didn't get rid of anything. So I got so many comments from that too. So that was also boosting the traction. And I was getting so many followers from that video. So that video just took off even more.
How do
Yeah,
you guys
that's smart.
value followers, right? Because I see some profiles and they'll have like 2-3 million followers, but their videos get like 20,000 views. And then
Yeah.
some people I see with like a couple 100,000, but all their videos are getting like 300,000-400,000 views. Like, how much do you think your follower count actually goes into like the performance of your video?
Not
Um,
much.
yeah, honestly, for me personally, if your video doesn't get on the For You page, my videos probably only get like 1,000 views, if that even. A lot of the follower count for me, it has to do with like credibility and able to leverage that credibility into
Yeah.
new opportunities, like what I do with Passion Toolbox, for example.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what followers usually.
It's almost like an NBA 2K score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter what you did last season. You got to show up and like ball out right now. But like your rating is a good idea of like how good you are at doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I don't know what's been your experience with that, Yandura?
I think when I check my analytics, honestly, 90% of the time, it's 90% or higher for the FYP rather than your
Mhm.
followers.
Yeah.
But the ones that really come back every time kind of boost it into the algorithm a little
Mhm.
better for you. So
Yeah.
I maybe got like 50 to 100 people that will show up on like every post just
Mhm.
because they've known me for so
Yeah,
long.
that's true. I see that too.
But other than that, really, it's all organic from the For You page because really you're following, you can have 1 million followers and you still post something bad, you're getting like a couple thousand views, maybe like 10,000.
Yeah,
So
honestly.
so now that you have about, 350,000 followers, what has changed compared to like when you didn't have a large following? What opportunities is that presenting for you?
Um, I would say the only thing that's really changed is I can make a post that leverages my followers, and even if it doesn't get a huge amount of virality, I can still send them to somewhere. Like I started Twitch streaming recently, and just from making like 5 to 10 posts, I've got like 600 Twitch followers.
Oh wow.
Just yeah, just because all you got to do is give them that value ahead of time in the video, and then at the end be like, and then go check me out on Twitch. Here's my thing.
That's
And even if you don't get 1 million views on it, you might get 50 people to follow you just off
yeah,
of
that's
that
crazy
one
because
video.
Twitch is like one of the hardest platforms to grow on, and the fact that
Mhm.
you could use TikTok to leverage that and gain 600 followers in just what, a couple days or
Yeah,
a week.
like a week and a
Yeah,
half.
some people take like a year to get that, even less. So that's crazy. Just shows the power of TikTok there.
Let's talk about
Mhm.
Twitch because I am very ignorant when it comes to Twitch. I understand it's a live streaming platform, but tell me more about, how you've leveraged it and how you see people leveraging it.
It just kind of builds a deeper connection because you can sit there and be just you playing a game and just vibing with like your followers, your friends, your fans, whoever.
Mhm.
And the dope part is once you hit like an affiliate, you can get bits and subscribers, so they can actually give you donations similar to like the TikTok live stream.
Yeah.
And what what a lot of people don't know is when you sign up as an affiliate, you're giving away you aren't giving away your rights, but you can only stream on Twitch at that time. You can't multi-stream to like YouTube and all that.
Mm.
So the only way you can do it on TikTok at the same time is if you're actively funneling people in. So I'll make a post on TikTok, right? And I'll be like, da da da, this has happened, Star Wars related. Oh, and by the way, I'm playing this Star Wars game on Twitch. Post that, boom. And then right after, I'll go live on Twitch and TikTok and send people from the live stream onto there as well.
Now, when you go live on TikTok, are you just like showing your face or something?
Yeah, I just put a green screen behind me with the link, with like
Yeah.
the I got a Minecraft server, so I have the IP and the port on there for them to join. And then I'll just be like playing the game. If they want to see it, I'll be like, yo, just go to my Twitch. And then that just like boosts the algorithm.
To roll off of that, that makes me think of this whole new area that is opening up with music marketing, which is video game concerts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see like Travis Scott did that in like Fortnite. Or didn't someone do
Lil
it in like
Nas did it
Roblox
too.
or something?
Lil Nas X.
You know what's crazy about that? It was actually a thing before the COVID, because I remember Marshmello did that on Fortnite too.
He was like the first one.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember if someone else did it, but I remember Marshmello did it, and everyone was like, "This is so weird. Like, why are they just doing it in a video game?" But like now, like it's kind of cool how they just the environment that they create. Because I don't know if any of you guys have actually like gone to. I went to the Travis Scott Fortnite. Well, like I went to it, but it was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
I did too.
It was pretty cool actually.
Like, how does that work? Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So what I was thinking is like, especially with the invention of VR and the things you can do with that, I think in the future it's going to become a lot more prevalent where people are putting on virtual concerts, because you could code a visual experience. Someone puts it on VR and you're there. You can see all the people around you that are also there. You know what I'm saying? So you could literally be in a virtual concert.
I actually
within the next 5 years.
I made a post about this. It's a thing already. Like David Guetta, like when I can't remember the name of the company, but they like went and they like scanned his whole face and they made this whole virtual concert. And then what's cool about those concerts is it's like, let's say you went and saw him live. You can't just go up on stage.
Right.
And like just start dancing on stage. But in there, you can watch it through the perspective of him. You can, fly around. You could like, and then not only that, but they can make the environment around you change with the music. You know what I mean? So for someone that it's like, they may want to see David Guetta, live so bad, but like he maybe only be coming to their area once every couple of years. So it's like for them to be able to just, sit on their couch, put some VR on, and then next thing you know, they're like seeing them live. It's like, it's crazy, like where our world could be headed.
Yeah, honestly, that could be like more immersive than actually being there in person. Because, like you said, you could just move around. Like that'd be so awesome to be on stage, like with, an artist virtually. Because virtual reality, it's progressing more and more each year to the point where it's like gonna be hard to decipher from reality. Like I saw they're making like this omnidirectional treadmill where you put on the VR headset and step onto the omnidirectional treadmill and you just like walk around in real life and you move in like a game or like a concert. So like you're creating like the mindset that you're actually moving, but you're just on the treadmill, not moving.
All right, hear me out. I have a prediction, right? So look at like there's this huge prominent growth in esports, right?
Yeah.
And, the whole thing with esports is it's like, all right, yeah, you're really skilled at this game, but like you look at like traditional sports and it's like you have to be athletic, right? So where I think we're going to move in the future is this hybrid where it's athletes in esports. So you have like the omnidirectional treadmill and then you can bring your athletics into a video game environment.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's where we're headed.
That does make sense. And I think it'll kind of be the paradigm with everything. So like music will do the same thing. It'll kind of interweave with this electronic development similar to the esports and everything. And I think the people who are going to lead it are going to be the actual creators and the content creators in these spaces. Because if you think about it, even nowadays, people who are famous can step into politics, or like people who are famous
Sure.
can step into a whole different scene just because of their clout, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So like,
platform.
yeah, the platform is stronger than anything nowadays.
Look at
So I
Jake Paul
think,
with boxing, you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think what people are going to do is they're going to buy this digital real estate where they can just have their performances done, their games played, anything. Like how they're doing with NFTs right now. So
Yeah.
you can buy a painting on a wall in a video game. But if you have people who go and look at that painting, boom, you get paid. So I think they're going to be doing that with music as well. Well, they'll just have a virtual concert in a game. And if people are playing your music at that concert, you're going to get royalties.
Yo, that's crazy. Not only that, but what if you charge admission? So yeah, you can come to the Travis Scott concert. It's $10, right? Or 10 V-Bucks or whatever. I don't know what they do in Fortnite, right? And then all of a sudden you have a whole, it's like you have a clone of yourself out there doing shows for you, making you money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it also opens a whole new like sector of the industry, and that is like virtual concert promoters and like everything that would come with a real concert, but just make it virtual. So I feel like those are going to be some new like jobs coming up. Honestly, I don't know, like maybe like developers and stuff can like code like a stage and like a concert type setting for. I wonder if there'd be like a video game that would just be made for that, you know, just for like concerts and stuff.
I mean, that's a thing within VR, right? So you go down, you go on VR, you download these apps, and it's like different virtual experiences. So that could be one, like a concert experience.
I've
or
never
like,
owned a VR,
yeah.
so I don't.
What?
Have you used VR before?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
It is crazy.
I've played like Minecraft in a VR once. I've played like this Beat Saber game.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Beat Saber is really cool because that uses music in it. I feel like that could be taken to another level somehow. Like maybe like you are performing the concert with with another artist.
Yeah, it's, you know, there's so many ways you can take it, right? I think the big thing is you build your brand, right? And then when you have that brand and you have that attention, you can leverage that in a million verticals. Look at Travis Scott, right? He has a seltzer. He's partnering with McDonald's. He can do literally whatever he wants because his name carries so much weight that anything he's associated with automatically becomes something I'm going to associate myself with because you're part of his brand. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
The brand name is more powerful than anything nowadays. So like, if you're trying to leverage it, you need to make sure like your face is known, your mannerisms are known, like your sayings. Like if you had a catchphrase, then boom, people know that phrase. That gets your name out there. That gets your stuff in their head just that much better. And then boom, you filter those into your videos. You filter it into your TikToks here and there. People start commenting. People start like repeating it, and then boom.
So that brings me into a conversation we had, a couple months ago about like your TikTok content strategy, right? So you're telling me you say like very specific things, like in a specific order, because it's going to give you a certain result. Could you go into a little more about what that process looks like?
Yeah, for me, every TikTok has the same formula. Like you literally get their attention within the first 3 seconds, boom. Then you give them a part of like a story. You start telling them a story for like 3-second clips at a time. And then about 5-10 seconds in, you re-engage them somehow with another attention grabber similar to the beginning. And then boom, give them the end of the story and then hit them with either a twist or a call to action. The twist will get them to rewatch the video because TikTok is all about watch time. If you can get someone to watch a video twice, you're going to get 1 million views on that video if everyone does that. So you really got to focus on keeping their attention. It's like, I think of everyone who sees this as like a child possibly. You know what I mean? So they got a short attention span. You really got to catch them with visuals, with sounds, with cues. Like I talk with my hands on all my TikToks. I'll zoom in on my face.
Yeah.
Like just little things like that to try and keep people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. Just like little people overlook the little things, and like even just like moving your hands is a big thing because it's a cue, like you said, and it grabs people's attention. People's attention span on TikTok is like 0.5 seconds, like if even.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's crazy how you get like pulled in that rabbit hole on TikTok and you're just scrolling, and you literally can't stop. Like, and
Yeah,
then you're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I just wasted 2.5 hours scrolling down this rabbit hole. And like by the time you're 2 hours deep in that, you've gotten so many hits of dopamine that if that video doesn't give you a massive hit immediately, you're like, scroll. Where's my next fix?
Bro.
Where's my next fix? Where's my next fix? So like we have to create a pattern interrupt that snaps someone out of that and gives them that fix.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or else they're just gonna scroll right past you. And you may have you may have a great story in your video, but if you don't hook them in that first second, they're not sticking around.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Now, can you give an example of like what a twist would be? Because I like that idea, but I just don't know what that would look like.
Okay. So here's a good example. Our mutual friend Daniel Wall.
Yeah.
So he had this video where he was talking about a song he was putting out and how his song was coming out the same day as Justin Bieber's album, right?
Mhm.
So the whole time he's talking about, well, I made a mistake. I'm putting out the song the same day as Bieber. Bieber's got a house. He's got like 3 mansions. He's got this car. And he goes, but you know what I got? A Yoda backpack. And he pulls out this little like backpack that looks like Yoda. Ends the video. So
You're just like,
you
wait,
look
what?
in the
Did I miss
comments
something?
and every comment is Yoda backpack, Yoda backpack. And then it blows up even more because you expected this wholesome ending where it's like, but I got, heart. I've been in this, I've been struggling. No, he's like Yoda backpack. And then blows
Yeah.
it up, you know?
Yeah, it's just some shit that like you aren't expecting, and then it makes you
Yeah.
want to comment. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
hit him with that M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how like just having like one subtle thing off about your video. Like I was watching this video where this guy was like singing, and I think he was like singing a Chris Brown song or something, and he's in a car, and the car's going in reverse, but he's sitting as if the car is going forward. So everyone in the comment section is like, am I tripping or is that car going in reverse? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it's just those little things. They're like, we had a video. It was like, how like Pierce made it. It was like how Jack Harlow blew up using the 10,000 hour rule. And then there's a part of it. This was completely like unintentional, but like he said like, oh, we worked 4 to 5 hours, but it sounded like he said 45 hours.
Right.
So everyone's in the comments like, he's working 45 hours a day. That's not possible. 45 hours. And like that video got over 1 million views because you just have like hundreds, if not thousands of people commenting 45 hours.
Yeah. You
and
have
like
to
pointing
give
out one little thing. You know what I mean?
You have to give a reason for people to comment.
Yeah.
I know Pierce did another thing. He pronounced X's name wrong. He pronounced it like XXX Temptation. Or what did he do?
I don't know. He's done it a couple times. So we did in one video, we did this intentionally, was he said Kid Leroy.
Yeah, Kid Leroy.
He's like, Kid Leroy, and everyone's in the comment like, Leroy. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, sometimes they'll even just spell things wrong in the captions or in the pop-up text, and then people feel compelled to like correct you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I've noticed is a lot of the times, if you give an opinion that can be refuted, people will argue that opinion in the comments, and that will give you even more traction. So I made this video where I was like, I can do the best troll face. If you think you can do a better, duet me. And I hit them with the like, you know what I mean? And then, so they're like, everybody's like, that's terrible. That's so bad. I can do that better. And then I get 100, 200 duets. And then one guy that just does it so amazingly that video blows up.
Oh, wow.
So his video blew up and he was duetting me. So it brought all the extra traction because dude looked like literal troll face in real life. And then I could just duet that. Boom. I just made 3 different videos all about the same thing, and they're all blowing up together. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So on those days where you're like, because I know you mentioned this earlier, and I have these days too, where you're like, all right, I got to put out 3 videos a day. On those days when you wake up and you're just like, I got nothing, what do you do?
Those are the hardest days. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes those days are the ones where I put out something that I was like, in the back of my mind, thought wasn't good enough previously,
Yeah.
and then that's what gets a million views. Like, I'm serious, a throwaway video that I've been just like, oh, I don't want to do that yet, or something's better that day. Just literally put out something, anything.
Yeah.
As long as you use some sort of formula, some sort of value is given, like that's the main trick. Give people value, give people a story to remember, and then give them something to laugh at, something funny or stupid or cringy. And then as long as you're doing that, just put out whatever. It doesn't
Just
matter.
the first
TikTok's not
idea that
that
comes to
serious.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest eye-opening things I experienced was I lined up a partnership with $1 million company from a post that had 200 views. But because it's not just about how many people see it, it's about who those people are. And I literally just did a video like, I couldn't think of content ideas. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just audit people's TikToks. Hey, what's up, guys? If you want me to audit your TikTok, comment below and I'll audit it. Right? I audit like 6 of them one night. All the videos flop. Top one got like 300 views. All of them had like 200, right? But one of them happened to be this dude who happened to run a successful business. And I did his, he commented and I was like, sure. And I did it. And then, he hopped on one of my lives like a week later. And then we started talking and then he shot me his number. And then, a couple weeks later, I had an idea of how we could work together. And now we're partnering. You know what I mean? So it's like every single piece of content is just like a fish hook. It's just bringing in more attention. And it's like, all right, cool. Your content flopped. So what?
Yeah.
Then you just make another one.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to hit. And also, you don't know who's going to see that. So even when your content flops, a lot of times there is opportunity within that if you can figure out how to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where I think it comes back to like knowing what you actually want. Right? I think a lot of people, they don't see, there's an opportunity constantly in front of their face, but they don't know what they're looking for. So they don't even recognize it as opportunity. Because most of these opportunities, they're little embers you have to stoke that become something bigger over time. But if you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know what ember to stoke, and then it doesn't turn into stuff when it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So and I feel like, sorry, go ahead.
There you go.
I was just going to say, I feel like, and that's where it helps if you align yourself in certain niches. Sometimes that'll just help you be more creative because you're like, oh, I've made, or if you do like a series, because then you're like, oh, if I don't have anything that day, I can kind of fall back on something I've been doing before.
True.
Yeah.
Series are interesting because a lot of people will fall off after like the first episode, but
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah. Like I tried to do a Kanye West making a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy series, and the first video got like 10 times as many views as the second one. So I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So it has to be something like really interesting, I think.
I think it has to be something that is fun doing, right? Because if it's like homework, then you like build up this bit of resentment and then you don't even want to do it. You know what I mean? And so I try to have fun with it, but that's definitely, a struggle sometimes. Like I'm sure you guys experience this. How do you react on the days where you just wake up and you're like, man, fuck this shit?
You just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want to do anything, but then you feel guilty if you don't. Like, how do you navigate that?
Sometimes I do feel like that. I would like I usually like set a time in my day where I am just like, okay, I'll suck it up and like post, just like try and just like devote all my time to try and find a piece of content, like search through Instagram, YouTube, everything, and just think about those times where I did post and results came, and be like, okay, that can happen again.
Yeah.
So just try, just like suck it up. That's what I do.
Yeah. What about you, Yandura?
I feel like it's kind of like the first step is really the hardest part. Like that's where you're blocked is starting because oh, I got to do all this. You got to list that day. But what I've realized is like once you get like the first one, you get a little bit of that dopamine that you were needing to get you going. And then that'll give you hopefully enough to get the second thing done. And by the third or fourth, you're already going. Like then you can get 10 things done.
The reason I asked this question is because this was me this morning, right? Like I've had a very stressful couple weeks, went through like a rough breakup, been dealing with financial pressures, all this stuff going on. And I just like that pressure adds up and like pushes on you. And I just like woke up this morning and I'm like, all I want to do is just lay in this bed and not get up and just sleep. And I'm like, nope, get your ass up, get on the floor, do some yoga. Like, and that's when I think having a routine, a schedule that you do every day, that's when it becomes really important, is those days where you don't feel like doing it. Because a lot of times when you don't have that routine, if you don't have that creative energy, you don't know what the fuck to do. So you just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Whereas like I have a step-by-step formula I do of habits I do on a daily basis. So it's like, all right, get up and do them, right? I know you don't want to, but just roll out of bed, flop on the floor and press play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I found it's like, shit, by the time I did that fed into momentum for my, workout after I did yoga and I meditate. And the next thing you know, I get like, an interesting call from like, one of the guys I'm working with, and we had a, awesome conversation. And now all of a sudden, like I'm in a good mood and I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like it's like a domino effect. The hardest part is getting out of bed, just putting your 2 feet on the ground. That's something I experienced for sure.
But those are the days that will determine your greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Because that's what separates the people that are actually serious from the people that aren't. Of course, we can all have this go lucky, everything's possible, get up and grind attitude when we're feeling good. It's those days that we're feeling shitty where you actually realize how bad you want it.
Yeah.
Right. And, I think, one thing I've done to be able to get there to that point where I push really hard, which is, I'd say, Caleb or Yandura, whatever you want to call, you ever want me to call you, is probably in a similar situation. Is I'm in a position now where it's like, I don't really have a choice. I've burned all my other boats. It's this or nothing.
Yeah.
So I have to get up and do it because the alternative is there is no alternative. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, so, that's something. Yeah, like it's like forcing yourself to go down that path, not having another option because it's something you want so badly. It's I remember I watched like this Lil Skies interview, and someone was like, "Why do you have these face tattoos?" And he was like, "So I know I don't have another option because like you can't get a job if you have those face tattoos." So that's why I feel like that, not to that extent. Obviously, you're not getting face tattoos. I mean,
keep talking. I'm gonna write that down because that's a good TikTok video. I'm gonna make that.
unless you want those face tattoos, of course. But like, it just reminded me that I remember watching that interview and I was like, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like you also need to like build up some momentum over time. You know what I mean? So like, he got the face tats, so he couldn't have that fallback plan.
Right.
So there's no way you're gonna lose that momentum.
Right. Yeah, he already had some traction, but you can't just like wake up one day like, fuck it, I'm gonna get some face tattoos and commit to this. Here's
the thing too to understand is pushing through that friction is the price to fulfillment. Right? If you don't have that if you don't have that like friction, then you're never gonna feel fulfilled. Right? Like if you play a fucking 3-year-old in basketball and you beat them, you're not gonna be like, hell yeah, like let's go. You know what I mean?
Gary Vee does.
But if you beat LeBron James in a pickup game, you're gonna be hyped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know how hard that was. And so when you push through that friction is a sign that you're doing something right. Right? Like you don't get muscle in the gym when you're not hurting. You get muscle in the gym from like pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you can just learn to embrace it, that's what I think really leads to you getting, the you know, the dopamine rush you're really looking for, which is fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like having those memories where you can look back on your biggest accomplishments and be like, damn, I did that. Like I can look back and be like, damn, I've been on the radio. Damn, I've opened up for big artists. Damn, I played in front of thousands of people. And regardless of what happens moving forward, I can look back and channel that and be like, I'm proud of myself. You know what I mean? Because I know how hard it was to get that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's just the thing with setting goals and achieving them, and then the fulfillment of having the goal is more than the goal itself. You know, you could just
You're going to get
always
what
look
you
back at
want
that.
and feel exactly the same. I'm sure
Yeah.
Yandura can preach this, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, even from when we met, you know, when we met, you're at 70,000. I bet you're like, damn, like, I can't believe I'm, you know, like, I'm sure you knew you'd reach 350,000, but I bet you thought when you got here it would feel different, right?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's not that much different. Like a little bit extra in the creator fund, and then like maybe some more people hit me up on Instagram, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not life-changing like people would expect it to be. But I think it's still in the early stages, because to me TikTok is a long-term game. You know, I could be on here. I've only been on TikTok maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
And crazy things have happened along the way. And I just feel like I haven't reached that peak moment yet. And it's just going to keep multiplying and grinding up. And the way I see each video in TikTok as a whole is they're just a combination of assets. Like a song, you put out a song, you're going to be making money off that song for the rest of your life. You post a TikTok, it could blow up 2 months from now. You don't even know. Like it's random.
That happened to me yesterday. I had a video that had 1 million views I posted about 2 months ago, and yesterday it gained like 800,000 views.
Damn.
I was like, what the hell? How'd that happen?
I've seen this. I saw this video actually recently where this guy was saying that like there's been a decrease in like the views on newer videos, and that TikTok, and the reason why is because TikTok's starting to push out old videos. And my guess is because if they know something's work, why are they replacing what works with something that may not work?
Yeah. That's why a lot of TikTokers will repost their videos that went viral like a month ago. All you got to
we
do
that all the time. It's
Yeah,
like,
and
why
it
wouldn't you?
works.
Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they want
like
you
that's
to
an
do
asset.
it. TikTok wants you to.
Like
you
worst
know?
case scenario, you get a couple people in the comments that like point it out. But that's if anything, that's a good thing because it shows you that you actually have fans.
It is a good thing, and it's the comment. You know,
Yeah.
like but that's I would be that guy. I'd be like, you already posted this. Like I used to be that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's like that's the downside.
Yeah, like I used to think it like lowers their credibility, you know, because like, oh, you're reposting. It shows like what you value with this account, like what you want, like just like views or money or whatever. But like really, that's not what it is. It's just like you said, a TikTok is just assets, a collection of assets. So that's you're trying to get more by just reposting that stuff.
At the end of the day,
and you could see a whole new group of people. Like for that repost.
And not just that, but our attention spans are so small. You might feel that in that same moment, but you're going to forget once you scrolled another 5 videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what was the 23rd video you watched yesterday?
Yeah. No idea.
Like, you don't have any idea. Now, if all you're doing is reposting, obviously that's an issue. But like, we've posted 725 videos in 4 months. You know what I mean? So I'd say probably 3 to 5% of our videos are reposts.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I do it randomly, but like we have so many videos out that it's like our audience is, you know, half of our audience that will see it again, like probably is like, oh shit, I remember that video. You know what I mean? But like you look at the analytics and so much of it is coming for the For You page. It's like mostly new people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always, it seems like.
Yeah. Now, where I wonder is I do notice that I do see people I follow's videos on the For You page. So I wonder how much of that percentage is people following me.
Yeah, I think if you see a video on the For You page that you follow, the analytics count as both. Like
both? Interesting.
Yeah. I think it goes into as like a following and For You page, because That's what it is. Really. Like it's from the For You page, but it's also from your following. But actually, I think the following percentage is when you're on TikTok and you scroll to the right to the following page, and that's where you see the video.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes you see their most viral posts will be on the For You page. Like I'm noticing maybe like 10% of the videos in my For You page are the most viral ones out of the people I follow.
Yeah.
And another thing I'm noticing is I'm seeing repeats. Like they're feeding me the same video multiple times now. Like
I've seen
really?
that too. Where
that's
it's like
new.
a thread of videos though. Like I'll be
Yeah,
like,
it's
I've
new.
seen like these 5 or 6 videos in a row before.
And
You know what
it's
I mean?
weird. It's like a new thing they're doing because what I've noticed, it's only on the top tier videos, like
Yeah.
over 1 million likes on the video, not even just views, like
Yeah.
really up there videos. But I'm seeing it 3 times, and each time it's got more likes on it. You know,
I don't see that. It's weird.
it's something I've barely just started seeing like this week,
Yeah.
maybe last week as well. Really weird.
So they're starting to roll out new features, right? So I noticed. Do either of you have access to the playlisting feature they added?
Yeah.
No,
I do.
I
No.
don't got it.
Do you have the dual live feature yet?
I don't have that. Well, I mean, I haven't tried actually since we tried.
Yeah, I have Duo Live. I don't have the playlist yet, sadly. I wish.
And then I also noticed they're starting to roll out 3-minute videos on TikTok. Have you seen
Really?
that? How do you think
Yeah.
that's going to change the landscape of TikTok?
I think the people who make longer videos are going to thrive off of that because if you're getting, because the biggest analytic right now is your engagement, your watch time. So if you get over 100% watch time, you're golden. So I think if you can hold someone's attention for 3 minutes, you're going to win for sure in that climate. But I still think there's going to be that short amount of videos, you know.
That's so hard to do though for 3 minutes, especially on TikTok when you could just scroll and watch a 10-second video that can give you the same amount of dopamine, you know. That's going to be something that people have to find out how to do. And I haven't seen any 3-minute videos yet.
I've seen some.
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know they're doing that.
Are there any other features you guys know about that they're testing?
The live viewers count. I know I got that one.
Live viewer count?
So when I'm about to go live, it shows me how many
Oh,
of my followers are
Yeah,
on.
I have
Not
that.
everybody has that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you get a decent amount of people on your lives?
Yeah, usually.
Because we started going live a shit ton, and we get like no one on our lives now.
Honestly, you have to go live right off of a viral video, and you get a lot more. And then also you have to really do something you have to take the same thing. Like, so they're going to see that first 2 seconds because you get the lives from scrolling now.
Yeah.
You don't get to, it used to be in your notifications right at the top who was live, but now you have to catch them.
Is it not still?
No, it's gone like that, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So now you either got to go to their account specifically, or it shows up in your FYP right after a viral video usually. So that's what I've been using is I'm posting a video I know will do well. And then I go live literally right after for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then while I'm on Twitch at the same time. So that video is blowing up while I'm on live.
Yeah.
And I'm filtering it all somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's smart. I did something like that too. I just went live after my viral video and I had like 400 people in my live at once. It was crazy.
Dang, I never had that many.
Yeah, it was. I felt I didn't know what to do. Like I was just reading the chat. Everyone was like, "Say my name, say my name," and I was like, "Okay."
That's all they want. They just want that recognition for a moment.
Right. And that's something I think a lot of people like. That's kind of like a great way to describe TikTok. Just like people wanting people to say their name. Like,
all right. So I got a new strategy that I've seen. I have a homie Drizzy Tay. He's like this badass 13-year-old rapper who's like blowing up right now. One thing I saw him doing, and I started doing this too, is like follow a bunch of like prominent accounts. And when they go live, try and get on their live. So like this works obviously on Instagram, but you can like request to be on their live and like if you can get on their live and like really pitch yourself and they have a decent following, you can get a shit ton of followers from that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true. And now there is Duo Live on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
And not
it's a
just that, but
viable
like think
option.
about it, bro. Like, let's say you want to collab with an artist, right? Why are you collabing with them? Because you want a song, you're trying to get the numbers up, just go live with like 20, 30 people that day, like as many people as you can, right? And then just say, hey, like if you guys can come check out my single, I dropped it, right? And like push it through these lives. Like I think that could be a really good way to like organically push your shit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and the same thing with comments too.
Yeah. Especially as you get to like the level you're at now, where like, you know, once you start reaching that, you know, even just 50,000 follower range and up, like it's a lot easier to network, right? Because you can leverage that social proof, like Matt said, right? Like regardless of what Matt has done with his videos, I see that 100,000 follower count and that captures my attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
It's
I mean?
just like something on a resume.
Yeah.
For real, it's
Yeah.
a little badge just to show the validation, I guess.
And it's like, regardless of how you got those, just the fact that you're able to get that is a feat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm at least going to hear you out. I'm going to give you the time of day because you have the social proof, which is the currency we're all trying to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Attention is the new currency as far as I'm concerned. Like
that,
if I can keep someone's attention long enough, I can sell them something. I can sell them a yo-yo if they watch 10 of my videos beforehand.
You got the Yandura logo on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see that shit. Let's go. I know we were talking about that. I never actually saw the final product.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I sold like 30 of them already.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
And it's the same way as like, even if your video doesn't blow up like top tier million views, you still might get 5 or 10 people interested off a video with only 10,000 views. Like you said, you may have only been getting 300 views on those videos, but those interviews got you the right viewer, you know. And I think a lot of the times people are missing out is like creating these little relationships with your fans, like actually go on live and talk to them, ask them questions sometimes and things like that. That little moment, they're going to go and they're going to think, and then they're going to come back next time and do that again and again until they're your friend, you know, they trust you.
Yeah, that's a small moment for you. You probably forget that, but that guy that you were interacting with, they'll remember that next time you go live and come back. Like I've had, when I used to go live on my personal account, I remember I had a couple people who would always stop in because I would just interact with them. And that's a strong
thing. Those are the real fans right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's what I try to do at Passion Toolbox. That's why I say like DM us if you need help, because I just have all these conversations with person after person after person, and I don't remember any of them.
Yeah.
But for them, it's like, oh damn, this dude actually took time out of his day to help me. Like I fuck with this guy. You know what I mean? And I know that brick by brick foundation is what's gonna lay. You know, that's what's gonna allow us to build this into the studio that it's gonna become. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's really just taking it brick by brick, piece of content by piece of content, live by live. But it's like, and then you just have wins randomly. Like, you know, I've been doing these live, like I literally went on live with this other day and this guy mooned me. You know what I mean? Did I show you that, Caleb? Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
I literally got mooned on my live. So I'm like, what the fuck, right? But then, you know, I go live like yesterday and I got on live with Tiago, like Tiags. You know that guy? Yeah. So I'm like on his live chatting up with him, and he's like a fan of our content. And it's like, oh shit, it's cool to see like, you know, a big prominent name like recognizing what we're doing and like being able to like get access, you know, to his attention for a minute. Like, you just keep putting in the right habits, and like it just adds up over time. It compounds.
Compound interest.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Now, obviously, you're, you know, using Twitch and TikTok. Do you focus on other platforms outside of that, or do you try to stay narrow?
I'm trying to see. What I've noticed is there's certain platforms I'd like to get into, like YouTube and long form video. I just can't bring myself to actually do it. And like there's that dissonance between what you want to do and what you think you should do. And I found out for me, it's easy for me to make a short 30-second video, and I enjoy it. I get the dopamine from the notifications. I can go on Twitch. All I have to do is turn on a video game and press stream. That's low work, low maintenance, you know what I mean? And I can connect with my peoples.
Yeah.
Like what I've realized is you really got to love this shit. Like whatever you're doing, you got to be able to, it's got to be the thing that keeps you motivated. Cause like for me, I made the Minecraft server because I love to play Minecraft when I was a kid. You know, I do the Star Wars stuff because I loved Star Wars when I was a like little kid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had to dig into my past to see what I really enjoyed because I wasn't making content.
Yeah.
So I think if you can really leverage what you love to do, that's like the X factor. I'm telling you.
For sure. And yeah, I really like how you do that with Minecraft and stuff and Star Wars. Like that's awesome how you were able to leverage that as you like that as a kid. Like that's something I would want to do. Because like
Yeah,
I
you
used to love
should, for real.
Minecraft.
I'm
And
telling you, when I started doing like the Minecraft, that's what changed the game for me.
yeah,
Because like the homies could live in a place together then. Like they could intermingle with each other, all my fans. And that's like instead of me being the spider web that connects all these people, there's now webs that connect each of them to each other.
yeah.
So they know each other. They have a community, even if I'm not there.
That's like what we were trying to do with the Discord on Passion Toolbox Discord that we just weren't able to integrate it, but it'd be awesome if we could try and figure that out. Because Discord's
I still think we can.
Yeah, I think we can too.
We're just
Mhm.
dude, we're 4 months into this
Yeah,
account. You know what I mean? We grew this account to 60,000 in 4 months. Like, and you know what's cool about Passion Toolbox is we're a collective, right? We're not like a single person. It's literally a music industry collective. So I was like talking today about like a couple creators we really fuck with and like bringing them in, right? Giving them access to our resources. In return, they help us grow this entity.
Mhm.
We can plug and play as many creators as we want and really create this community. And that's what I'm trying to build is really like this community of musicians who all have each other's best interest in mind and can help, and we can, you know, independently build our own infrastructure that we can leverage to create careers for ourselves as creative. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And, you know, we used to rely on these major entities like a, you know, major label or a traditional 9-to-5 job as like our gatekeeper to our career. But nowadays with the internet, we've become decentralized. We don't need them. They don't make the decision for us anymore. We can make our own decisions, but we still need access to an organized infrastructure and a lot of resources. So that's what Passion Toolbox is it's creating that kind of traditional infrastructure, almost like a new age label, but in an environment where everyone gets to keep their ownership and they just add something to the community and they get what they need in return.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that part about it, the new age label.
And that's where I think really the whole world's moving, right? Like with like open source. A lot of shit's open source now where it's like they're not, you know, hiding the technology. They're like, yeah, give us you know, here's access to it, help us improve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can do a lot more with a team of people. And I think we're moving away from the overly like capitalist kind of like, oh, I made this, so I got to profit off of this. You know, I got to eat. Sometimes it's a lot easier to get attention if you're just giving something away. Like I made this texture pack for Minecraft and people are blowing me up like, what's this? How do I get this? I could sell it, or I could just make a video saying, here's where you go get it. And so many more people will remember that.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, he made this and he gave it to us for free. That's dope. I'm gonna follow him.
Well, like
true.
you said, right? Attention is the new currency. And what's the most effective way to get attention? Give someone value.
Mm-hmm.
The more value you give them, the more attention you have from them. So if attention's the new currency, well, then how do you get that currency? You provide value. That's no different than any traditional, you know, buying a, you know, 12 pack from Taco Bell. You're getting the value of the tacos in return for the currency that's the money. But it's online. It's like, if we want attention, well, how can we provide enough value to get it?
Yeah.
Right? Are you entertaining them? Are you providing something they want? Figure out what your community needs, give it to them, and then you'll get their attention. And then you can leverage that attention in a million different ways.
Yeah, and I think the difficult part is like with TikTok, if you want attention, you have to literally give them something for it. So it's difficult when you're a musician because you're kind of inertly trying to promote your music all the time. And what I found is anytime I try to make a video with my music involved as like a sales pitch or anything that's really a sales pitch in general, it doesn't do well on TikTok. That's what I've realized. And that's why I think a lot of people are struggling to really promote their stuff because you have to almost do it indirectly.
So the way you get around it is you tell a narrative, right? So this is where people fuck up. I tell them all this time. Like the analogy I use is like, let's say you walked up to a girl and you're like, "Hey, do you want to go have sex? Like, do me a favor, go have sex with me." You know what I mean? Like, no, like they're not going to do that, right? You got to warm them up first. You got to get them to care about you and then, provide them enough value and nurture that relationship to give them that opportunity. So you can do that by, instead of begging them, instead you got to entice them in, right? So that's where you use the hook, story, call to action format, right? So hook them in the first 2 seconds, then tell a compelling narrative that touches on their emotions in a certain way that makes them feel like they've gotten value from this content. And then find a way to give them a reason to go stream your music, right? So like the example I use all the time is like, let's say you wrote a song about heartbreak, right? What do most musicians do? Hey, yo, go stream my single Heartbreak, out now on Spotify. Click the link in the bio, right? Mm-hmm. Or they do some video which is just obviously them telling you to go stream their music. But if instead you're like, I walked in on my girlfriend cheating on me with my best friend. Hook. You got my attention. What? I love controversy. Yeah. That's a dopamine rush. Then you tell a narrative about how it was the most soul-crushing experience you ever went through. You were heartbroken. You felt hopeless. Like you're never going to get out of this situation. So to deal with those emotions, you started making music. And then from that music, you made this song specifically designed to help people get over heartbreak. And you end that with saying, hey, I know everything seems super deep and dark right now, but you're going to get out on the other side of this a better person. And that's why I made you this song, is to help remind you of that. So if you need that reminder, go stream my song. Right now they have context behind the song. You took them on this journey that was like engaging to them. They feel like they understand you because they can relate to a similar experience they went through. And then you're giving them a reason to go listen to your song. That's valuable. Oh, your song's giving me a reminder that I'm going to get through this. That is valuable to me versus someone just saying, hey, go listen to my music. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference. That's what artists aren't doing. Artists are just saying, hey, me, look at me, give me stuff. Instead of being like, hey, listen, like I made this, I went through this crazy experience. Here's what I learned from it. Take the lessons I've learned and incorporate them into your own life. And if you need that reminder, here's my song. Right? Or just find a way to make it entertaining. It doesn't have to be emotional. Well, it can be entertaining or comedic or some sort of value around a narrative that gives them context behind your music and then gives them a reason to then go stream
it. Yeah.
That's obviously a lot easier said than done, but that's where the rubber meets the road. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Dope. Well, I think that's a pretty good episode, guys. I think we covered a lot of shit in here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Anything you want to plug, Yandura?
Join the server. If you play Minecraft, Bedrock.
I'll join.
Yandura.tk 25565 to support.
Yeah.
I just dropped a song, 8-bit. With the homie Gingervitis.
Gingervitis?
Yeah, he's from Ohio, same as me, and he goes crazy. His verse is probably, you might outdid me on my own track. That verse slaps.
Shit. You're gonna let someone flex on you like that, bro? What are you doing?
He went in, he killed it.
That's what you want.
Cool. Can't even tell you.
And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, we do also have this podcast on Spotify. Please go follow us there. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel. We're going to be putting these out probably once a week. We're episode 2. We're still figuring it out, but we're going to be putting out a bunch of these. Mm-hmm. And dope.
Thanks for watching.